Hi, this is Sun Mushy, hoping to brighten your night, because it's nighttime. And this is a pick a card reading on taking your next step, or what your next step should or could be. So, this time around I'm going to have you guys pick between these crystals, or these rocks. So, if you choose Amazonite, that's this one. So yeah, here's Amazonite. This would be reading number 1. If you choose Honey Calcite, that's reading number 2. And if you choose Indigo Gabbro, that's reading number 3. So we're going to go ahead and get started with reading number 1. Okay. Two messages for that one. Saw all of those and I don't want to have seen them, so I'm going to put those back. And I'm here to do the second round. Whoops. I saw those ones, but they're like stuck in the cards, so I'm gonna Okay, reading number 1. Focus on your goal as your next step. Looks like a lot of things are in place for you in the material world. You just have to keep maintaining that focus. Oh, okay, keep working on that balance. More about balance, harmony, this still peace. Your next step is to ready yourself. I'm hearing for love. Kind of like get yourself ready, like, ooh, go get that like nice, like go ahead, like start like treating yourself nicely really focus on, I guess, superficially feeling good. So like, or like having good skin, like if you have dry skin, I don't know, or like eating healthy, pretty much anything on the external part of your body, or like, you know, something that benefits like your physical self is what I'm trying to say. So physically get ready for this love, basically, because right now it's still like spirit I'm hearing is saying like not yet necessarily, but the emotions are coming in and you just like can't help but get excited. So that's your next step. Get excited but stay focused on the material world. Ooh. Another next step is to continue working on, I'm getting the idea that these are all things you've already worked on, and this is just the central theme of focusing. So focus on your confidence with your sexuality, being comfortable in your own skin. What could this mean? Ooh, discover yourself, discover what you're into, discover what makes you feel good. Yes, definitely discover more about what makes you feel good is what I'm hearing. I'm getting the sensation that you might not really know what you're into sexually. I mean, everyone like has certain like knowledge about it, but you know, we're all here still learning. It's like, I feel like even people who have been in many relationships still have a lot to learn about themselves. So I really mean that this can apply in a lot of ways. Just like, basically kind of like maybe look at the beauty behind your sexuality versus like some other aspect, and the confidence behind that is what I'm hearing for like a good focus for that next step. So that's kind of like stuff you've probably already been working on, but it's just like, that's something you can keep working at. And go with your gut feeling when it comes to something that feels off. I feel like there's some situation that might feel off, so the next step is to be aware of that and block it out, pretty much. You don't have to share all the details about yourself with whoever is not being trustworthy, so to speak, but you can remain comfortable and open. You will not be closing yourself off from this energy as your next step, or even where you are at now, of course. Rather than that, you're actually just not gonna allow this negative or maybe lower vibrational energy affect you. I feel like you'll just like easily like get their energy, kind of block it, and keep your own energy. You're not gonna like close off any of your chakras or anything like that. So yeah, go with your gut feeling. I feel like there's someone in particular that either deceived you in the past or is deceiving you now, perhaps. Maybe not. Maybe there's nobody deceptive in your current moment or anything like that. But just as a next step, just know that you can remain open and closed at the same time. It's like you can kind of pick and choose who deserves your embraceful or embracing energy. Ooh. And perhaps you're putting together the pieces of what you want in your life, what you want in yourself, what you want around you. Just all the puzzle pieces are kind of coming together. So your next step is, I'm hearing, to kind of pick up those pieces, but use your heart to guide yourself in putting together those pieces, not your mind, but your heart. So don't try to logic out like, okay, how is everything working out? Just go with your feelings, go with love, basically. Follow the path of love, and where that takes you will be your next step, and will be putting these pieces together. Realizing that you have unconditional love too, and that unconditional love might be the key. And I think you're aware that you're in a situation that you just need to get out of, You need a new, fresh start. You need a new beginning, whether this is a new living situation or just getting away from perhaps a toxic or abusive person or relationship. Someone that you love, yes, that's true, but you know that that for your own clarity and for your own self that you need to get away from this person, or at least not be living with them. You need to be in a new situation away from that person. You know that deep down in your heart. You know that a lot of these puzzle pieces will all come together if you could just become more independent and still hold on to that love for that person, but also release them from your physical life, in the sense that you aren't as close with them physically, like literally, like either not in the same house or just you see them less. I'm not sure, but that's the vibe I get with that card. And then be honest about it. I forget what the vision one is all about. I feel like it's about dreaming, but who knows? Oh yeah, know that new sights are ahead of you and get excited. Maybe speak your truth about that. Tell people, yeah, I'm getting out of this place. People are going to be like, how? And you're like, it'll just happen. You just have trust. Yeah, you can just speak openly about these things. Yeah, speak your truth. Basically, your next step, keep focusing on speaking your truth and manifest this reality. Go ahead and say it out loud. Say to people like, yeah, I'm moving out. I'm going to this place. It's going to be so much better. People will be like, how do you know? And you're like, oh, I just do. It's just part of my personal truth, you know. I'm just doing me. People will be like, oh, I don't know what people would be like, but whatever they say, you just like hold on to your personal truth. Go ahead and speak it. Don't worry about that. Just that's a really good next step, to be literally saying what your plans are. And again, perhaps not to deceitful people. This might be the same person who's in your living situation that you need to get away from. But regardless of that person, like other than that person, it's like this is fine. And like yeah, it's like if you're comfortable saying this, you can openly say it around this deceitful person, but you know, obviously you're not going to share every bit of the detail with that person, but you can still speak your personal truth, and you can still feel open with the Emperor and closed off to that person at the same time. I don't know how else to describe it. And then, okay, 13 minutes in. Woo! If you look within, a good next step is to start manifesting. Maybe create a list of things you want, or search up some guided meditations. Third eye guided meditations would be really good. Just search up how to, yeah, I don't know. You can do a guided meditation, or you can just meditate on your own. But really visualize what you want in your reality. And I'm hearing like, you know what? It can come true. So maybe just be careful what you wish for, if anything. Maybe you just wish to be free and get out of this own personal cage of yours. And if you visualize what that feels like, and visualize that you're already there, then that can be a very uplifting feeling. Yeah. Really focus on balance. Really focus on just going with the flow, going through life. Wherever your meditation takes you, just go with it, pretty much. That's a really good next step. And realize that while we are all connected, you are your own person. But at the same time, again, we are all connected. You gotta realize both. You gotta realize you are you alone, and then like all the components about you. But you are also connected to Mother Nature, to the universe, to every single soul in this universe. That you are creative and have your own unique gifts and talents that you provide for yourself. And it's up to you what you do with that, but I feel like you are being guided either through spirit or yourself, whatever you want to call it, but you're being guided in a sense to follow your dreams, your desires, like to like manifest your gifts and talents into the reality. And you can do that. You might be thinking that you need to leave a situation behind to get started on that, like leaving this house or wherever your living situation is, like from that toxic person. But I'm hearing you can do this right where you are, right here, right now. You can hone in on your gifts and talents right here, right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for options and opportunities to open up. You can do this right now. So, hope that message resonated. I'm sending so much love and light. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Thursday and Friday are among us. Well, it's Thursday now, so yeah. So I'm going to move on to reading 2. I'm going to pause to save time. Peace out. Okay, I'm going to get started with... Woo! My bad. I'm going to pause. Or, I can make it. It's okay. Well, that's just telling me to use these like this, and then just draw. Okay. What about this one? Okay. So, your next step is to hold on to hope and to find a way to relax at this time of hard work and efforts. It looks like you really got your work cut out for you, that like there's going to be a lot of physical work coming up your way for your next step, but there's also going to be a lot of reflecting and making sure your body gets the rest that it needs. And so your next step is to hold on to hope. Never stop holding on to hope. Try to understand yourself better and where your pleasures come from, where your sexual desires come from. Try to have a better understanding of it. Like literally, like think about it and like try to figure out where you are coming from. And I don't know, learn more about what you are attracted to. Is what I'm hearing. What sparks that flame? What gets your passion going? Try to understand that better as a next step. These 2 cards are coming out. Don't know why. Playful and success. Hold on to your hope. Have a good time, basically. Even though you have a lot of work coming out your way, try to have a good time. You will be successful. You will. In this physical world, you're going to be successful as your next step. That's funny. Ooh. Go with your gut feeling, and your gut feeling is how you're feeling. So, like, follow your sexual intuition is what I'm hearing. And I feel like it's going to help you feel a lot more connected. Yeah. Embrace who you are. Know what you want. Like, if you come to a better understanding of like, what you're attracted to, basically, like, maybe you already have this understanding, but, like, basically, if you have that understanding, kind of charge for that head on. And when you're doing that, like, trust yourself. Trust the way you are feeling physically, the way you're feeling in your gut feeling. Just trust yourself and trust this connectivity that you're feeling, that you're not the only one feeling this like powerful energy, so to speak. You're not the only one feeling the sexual tension. So yeah, I feel like this has to do with a partner, like a person that you know, or that you will meet. Ooh, let's see. It's gonna be a beautiful, like, conclusion to this story. And by conclusion, it's like you've kind of been waiting for a certain chapter in your life to end, and perhaps you're in separation from this person, but with this conclusion, I really hear, yeah, it's like moving on to better things, and it's regarding love. If you're curious about this, I'm using the 7 chakras, so it's like literally about love, that you are moving on to better things, pretty much, that whatever previous love you had to deal with, like, or relationship that pretty much may have been harmful, you learned how to, like, take that energy, wrap it around yourself, like, not let it consume you, and end this. So this is an ending to a previous relationship, pretty much, so you can allow a new one to come in. I bet that's honestly how I feel. Let's see. What else is next step? Yeah, so next step is moving on with your heart, but I still want to hear what comes from that. Ooh, big change. Yeah, so just a big change and really daydreaming about the next person, pretty much. Not like you're just moving on from one person to the next. Like, you're going through the healing process, but like once you go through that great change, you will be ready to love again, pretty much. And you will be at a place where you can really be yourself. You can, like, you will feel comfortable saying however you feel. And that might just be about the finer things in life. You might just show people how wise and how, like, not fragile, but how soft your heart is, and how soft-spoken you can be. But how, at the same time, how fun-loving and powerful your energy can be. And so this would be through your words, and you'll feel like you, like, fit right at home. You'll feel like all, like, the people around you are very much like, not very much like this, but very much open to hearing the way you communicate, and they won't put you down for it. Even if you have to take your time speaking, they, like, will hear you out, pretty much. And then I'm hearing, as a next step through meditation, to pick up on some messages, or maybe just, like, look around you in the universe for signs. I do remember we got hope, so if you're hoping, start looking around in nature, start picking up on some messages. I feel like you're getting and receiving messages. I don't know if you're seeing them or not, but I am getting that you're getting them. Yeah, perhaps you're not, maybe you're sending love, but you're not feeling the reception of love from the universe, but it's definitely there. I think maybe you just might need to open your third eye, or meditate, or just get out in nature more, and then you'll start seeing the signs. I feel like you're confused by the signs because you're like, well, what if I'm reading them wrong, or there's so many. But I'm hearing deep down you know what these signs mean and what they are to you, and there's some sort of oath that you just feel like there's some promise about something that maybe you're not remembering, or maybe you're worried, like, just like with this choices thing, that maybe you're making it up, or that you're the only one feeling this oath. But you are not the only one. This is a very divine promise, pretty much. So if it's about a twin flame or a soulmate, I am hearing the big yes. I am hearing it is indeed a twin flame or soulmate connection. Indeed, this promise that you feel like needs to be fulfilled, which might just be like the connection between that you and that person, is in fact real, and is in fact being guided through spirit as well, for your ultimate well-being. And I'm also hearing, like, you might just be shielded from that connection as your next step. try to look beyond, it's the next step. Hold on a second. I'm hearing about this connection, maybe keep this shield up as if you're not looking for that connection, even though, like, don't go into this looking for romance and just love. Maybe go into this looking for friendship and getting to know the person first. This promise also has to do with perhaps taking your time and letting the shield slowly come down. I feel like what might feel off about this is that this person you might be thinking of, maybe perhaps when you're around them you feel like you're yourself, but you also feel like there's just this automatic shield because you're afraid. And I'm hearing you don't have to be afraid, that this is a genuine connection full of harmony, love, and honesty, and that it really is a sustainable friendship and relationship, and a very celebratory one where you can just have a good time and kind of like have fun with this person. So I hope that makes sense for your next step. Sending love and light. Have a good weekend that's about to come up. I'm gonna pause so I can put these away and save time. Peace out. Alright, I paused and saved time with my shuffling. Ooh. So take this time to take care of yourself. Your next step is to literally take care of your body and to understand where physically your pain might be coming from if you are trying to recover. Try to understand that this is a very important time to recover from whatever it is, and to also realize that a lot of these pains kind of come from within, that maybe your health issues are spiritually connected to you as well. Another next step is really work on yourself, really literally work on building yourself up in the physical world, because while doing this you are preparing for a union. There is a coming together. There's been a whole lot of love. Readings 1 and 2 also pretty much had that as well. Literally, in terms of attraction and things like that, and things that are pleasurable to you, I just get success. I get while you give love, you will receive it. This is about romantic fulfillment or pleasure, things like that, things that bring you joy, and it's about love, and it's about a romantic partner. So there's a union with the romantic partner coming your way. So it's a matter of preparing yourself in the physical world is pretty much what I'm getting. And in terms of a gut feeling, go with the way your body feels. How you feel about this person, the attraction is there. Trust that intuition. You are experienced. You've felt when things don't feel good. You felt when you had a bad feeling about something. So trust when you do have good feelings about something. Like lust is your kind of a friend right now. And you might feel like you can't trust yourself, or that you're trapped, or that in terms of this feeling you have, you're like, I feel so strongly about them, but the past is kind of clouding your judgment a bit, making you worry, making you kind of lose a little bit of hope or a little bit of trust in that relationship that you might be thinking of, or this person. I'm hearing they're in separation with you right now because we get the Four of Wands, it's the root part. But the Eight of Swords is all about feeling trapped, but knowing that you could always walk out at any moment and actually free yourself. You are capable of freeing yourself from this. So go with your gut feeling, which has to do with your attraction, the lust, and that can help be a next step for getting out of this mind loop, pretty much. And then, I feel like whoever this person is, your heart is already theirs pretty much. If you're in separation, you're like, my heart is this person, I already know it. Oh my gosh, yeah, so much love. Yep, and it's just a matter of maintaining balance, finding financial balance, finding a way to maintain this love in the physical world seems to be a really good next step. Like planning out how to make time for this person, how to match with this person financially, how to be there for that person with your own like business plans, like your own dreams, how to like make sure you stay on topic and on task with that. So you have to worry about or like focus on loving them, like loving yourself, the promise of loving the other the same as you love yourself, holding those two values equally, and also like having something to bring to the table in the physical world for this love that is coming in. So you got to get ready. That's your next step. You really got to get ready for that because it's coming in fast, honestly. Let's see. Be headstrong about the words you say. You don't let people change what you have to say. Like, you can do this. Wow, and we get this in reverse. You're not being obsessive, basically. You can talk about what you want to talk about. And next step is basically like doing this in a way out of confidence and the understanding that we are all connected and that you feel this connection and you know it's there and it's not out of obsession, it's out of connectivity and what you know about your spiritual journey. It's not your fault if other people around you don't understand and they might think that you're obsessing. The cards to me say that you're not and that this connection is very much real. Let's see. Your third eye, I feel like your intuition might be a little bit trapped. And I feel like it has to do with this card up here. I feel like this has a lot to do with you feeling trapped. And so it's hard for you to rely on your intuition when your intuition is literally feeling a little blocked or caged off. I feel like there's just so many parts within you. You're like, how do I know what part of this is my third eye or my higher self or this or this or that? So as a good next step, go with your emotions. Let it all flow. Go through a guided meditation that might make you cry or something. That happens to me. There's guided meditations where I actually cry so much joy from the words they are saying, from like how I'm feeling about the meditation. That can help set you free for your next step with meditation or third eye. And then finally we get meditation. Yeah, if you want to connect, I'm hearing meditation is a really good thing to really feel the love of the universe and to allow the pain to come in. I feel like there's a lot of pain that you need to let come in. I'm about to run out of storage space, but I hope this is helpful for your next step for those of you who chose Indigo Grabro. I really enjoyed this reading. I feel really good about all three. It sounds like all people who chose whatever reading more or less are kind of getting the same messages. I love you all so much. Sending love and light. I have a couple new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you guys so much. If you want a personal reading, totally check out the description below. I'll provide some stuff about it. It's free, by the way, so you don't have to worry.